Yo guys, what is going on? Insanity coming back at you today with another Division 2 video, and yes, my content has been slow. As you can tell from my voice here, I'm not feeling very well. I've got some type of weird cold thing going on, so I didn't want to try and make any videos to try and strain my voice all that much, so I'm going to try and get through at least one or two videos for you guys since the private beta is officially over. We all had our chance to go ahead and try and make a little bit of hands-on time the past couple of days with this version in the build that is available for the Division 2, and I just wanted to go ahead and try and give you my thoughts and just my overall impressions on everything, on how I feel this game has progressed, where it was back at E3, what things were showcased during like the media events, and where things are now up to this point for the private beta, because now we are under 30 days away from early access going live for those who pre-ordered the gold edition or higher, and just a few days thereafter for the official game, just the standard edition, to go live for everyone else. So let's just put it this way. There's a couple of things that I like. There's a couple of things that I don't like. And I'm just going to go ahead and start things out with the things that I do like, because everyone knows that I love the Division. I've been playing it since the alpha days of the very first game, went through the beta, went through the entire first game, played it for years, and now we're at that point where I have all the shields. I'm just waiting these last few days for the Division 2 to come out, and now I'm just kind of like, crap, I'm bored. I want to continue playing the beta, but we can't. So here we go. The first thing I really wanted to go ahead and talk a little bit about is the gunplay. I really like the way the guns feel, how the aiming works, and all that good stuff. Yes, I tried both keyboard and mouse and the controller, for those of you out there. I mean, everyone knows that I'm a controller fanboy, being a console player for so long, that even playing on PC, I still use one. So I can say both using the keyboard and mouse and the controller felt very snappy. It felt good. Whenever I pulled the trigger down, it felt like the guns had a lot of weight to them, which felt really nice. And although I played a lot more of my level 7 character more than I did the in-game characters, only because I wanted to keep trying to evolve the gear that I was using and building upon that to try and try out different brand sets and so on. And I really feel that the guns are really going to be utilized in a way where we're going to see a lot more build variety than ever before. Like, I think the CTAR 21 is one of my favorite guns in the game, not because it's just so accurate, but it feels like one of the most balanced assault rifles in the game. I mean, I think this is going to be a highly sought after gun in the high-end class once we get to that, level 30 in-game experience. Other than that, snipers feel really punchy. The only gripe with that would have to be when you're aiming down sights, that there's no way to try and make it so that there's only aiming down scope, not necessarily the way we have it in the first game, where if you just have one of those other like micro dot sights on or anything like that, then it would no longer do that, which I think is extremely important. I prefer to have that third person view over that first person aim down sight view. That's just my opinion overall. But other than that, I mean, skills, I like all the new skills. I think the healing drone is going to be one of the most useful tools, figuring how squishy you can be, especially out of cover in this game. One of the main things that I can say is, even when I was running around out of cover, I can take one or two people down, and it would take the majority of my armor away due to flanking fire and getting hit by the people that I'm actually shooting. But I could just pop right back in cover. My healing drone would help keep me alive, and if I really needed it, if all my armor was gone, I would have enough time to go ahead and just hold down that heal button, replace my armor, and continue moving on. So yes, this really is meant to be that cover-based shooter that the Division was always meant to be, and I think they nailed that this time around, especially in the world of PvP. But when I make my Dark Zone video, I'll talk about that a little bit more in depth, because I really feel that the days of the chicken dance are gone, but there are a few more things that kind of just make PvP a little bit more frustrating than enjoyable, although I really like the way the Dark Zone plays now. So now that I kind of gave you my few little impressions on some of the things, I'm going to cover more stuff in depth into individual categories in future videos, but let's go ahead and talk about the one thing that I really cannot stand more than anything else in the Division 2. And I know that's probably going to be a shock to a lot of you people, because you're thinking, wow, he actually hates something about the game. But yes, I do. The one major thing that I cannot stand more than anything else in this game would have to be the user interface, not the menu. I love the way the menu looks. I love all the little individual images showcasing the different gear pieces. I do feel that whenever you're highlighted over a particular piece in your main inventory. If it's a brand set, it's kind of hard to see what that brand set might be through the opacity of the actual item. So maybe they can go ahead and up the contrast on that or something so that you can actually see it a little bit better. That would help. But my biggest gripe would have to be when it's time to mod your guns and add attachments to them. In the Division 1, it was very simple. There was 5-6 slots depending on what guns could have different attachments on them. It would be 3 at the bottom, 3 at the top, and you would just go left to right, up and down, and so on to try and add them. This time around, it's almost like you're trying to follow the actual gun and where things are. So you would go from the muzzle, and you hit left to go to the rail, and you would hit down to go to the magazine, and you'd hit up and up again to try and get to the sight, and you'd hit left again to go to the back to the stock where you would wind up adding like your skin. I think it's a lot more of a complicated thing, and it was built more for PC in that scenario because you could just point and click where you want to go. But for those who are on controllers, it's very confusing and very aggravating to try and navigate the gun for you to add your attachments to it. I mean, that is the biggest and most aggravating thing. Overall, I would say that this is going to be a great experience. It's going to offer a lot more in-depth RPG elements than ever before, and I'm really excited to see that because player depth and build diversity and all that stuff is going to play a huge role in the Division 2, especially once we start getting things like gear sets and more exotics come into play and all that stuff. There's so much more that we still don't know and all the different things that are being added to this game, and I just can't wait to see it all. Anyways, guys, be sure to go ahead and sign off in the comments down below. Let me know what you all think of the Division 2. If you participated in the beta, your likes, your dislikes, the things you absolutely cannot stand, what you hate, and what you love. I'm very, very interested to have more conversations with you guys, and I have a ton of content to showcase to you guys because one of the things that I really want to go ahead and focus on the most is the Dark Zone, and I swear, I spent more time going rogue in the private beta more than anything else because it was so much fun. Anywho, I'm Insanity, guys. Thank you guys so much for your support. Be sure to go ahead and hit that subscribe button if you haven't already. Smash that like button if you enjoyed what you've seen. And, of course, follow me over on Twitch for all my daily live streams because it's about to get hot and heavy with the amount of streams going down once this game goes live. I'm Insanity, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace out.